Welcome back to another cooking episode. Today we're actually going to be baking something. We're going to be making chocolate chip zucchini muffins. So if you're someone that really likes sweet treats, maybe has cravings, or just likes to have some sort of dessert on the table, this is going to be a lovely recipe that isn't going to be high in sugar. It's just going to be a nice little sweet treat that you can have where you're not going to feel like you're destroying your progress or ruining your gains. So let's get started. All right, we're gonna start with our dry ingredients first. So we're gonna start with a whole wheat flour. We're gonna do 1.5 cups. We're then gonna add our baking powder. So we're gonna do 1.25 teaspoon of that. We're gonna then move into baking soda where we need 1/2 teaspoon. And then we're gonna add in cinnamon. The recipe calls for 1.5 teaspoons, but honestly, I just love cinnamon, so I'm not even gonna measure it. I'm just gonna go until I think it's enough, because I love it. I also, anytime I bake, I try to add in protein powder whenever I can. So we're just gonna add in 1 scoop of chocolate athletic greens whey protein powder as well. That way we're getting a little extra protein. We're moving to using all of our wet ingredients. So we need 1 to 2 ripe bananas. The riper, the better. And you need a tablespoon of coconut oil or vegetable oil, up to you. I happen to have vegetable oil on hand. After the banana, we're gonna do 1/4 cup of honey. I like to try to get honey that is locally sourced. So this is from a farm up in Verona, and it is absolutely delicious. Then vanilla, usually, again, this is something I do to taste because I also love vanilla, so I'm gonna add some pure vanilla extract. I like to use the Penzeys one just because I think it's just really potent and it's just delicious. We're then going to do 2 egg whites. So I'm gonna use egg beaters. 3 tablespoons is equivalent to 1 egg. So I'm gonna put 6 in here. And then zucchini. So I already shredded the zucchini, I grated it, and I damped all of the water out with a paper towel. And then we're gonna use unsweetened applesauce. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the unsweetened applesauce. I just usually use Mott's just because it's easy. You can get any brand that you want, just make sure it's unsweetened. That's 2 tablespoons of your unsweetened applesauce. We're then gonna use Chobani, another locally sourced company. So just a plain non-fat Greek yogurt does the trick, and we need 1/3 cup of that. Plain Greek yogurt is always a really great substitute in making baking recipes a little bit healthier. So now blend all of your ingredients together. Once all of that is blended, you're then gonna add your dry slowly to your wet ingredients. I usually do about half at a time. So we're gonna add in half and then finish mixing it back up. All right, once everything was mixed, we obviously need to put in the most important part, which is the chocolate chips. So it calls for 1/2 cup. Add that in, and then just gonna take a spatula and just fold it in. So now that everything is mixed, we obviously need to put them in muffin trays. So if you have a non-stick one, then you don't have to spray it. This one is just really old, so I am gonna take a spray and just make sure that everything is covered. The worst thing happens, right, when you go to eat your muffins and they're completely stuck to the tray, or the muffin paper is stuck. It drives me crazy. So just make sure that it's nice and juiced up. That way you can just take the muffins right out. And we're just gonna dish it out. We're gonna start with about a tablespoon in each. That's a lie. We're gonna do more than that. We're gonna go about halfway up. Fill them on up. So I love baking with zucchini. Not only does it obviously give us a little bit more health benefits, but it also provides some moisture to our baked goods, so they're not gonna be dry to bite into it, especially if you've tried healthier recipes. Sometimes they can feel like chalk when you go to eat them, so the zucchini is helpful. Same thing with the yogurt. The yogurt will help as well to give it some moisture. I make zucchini breads. You don't even have to make these into muffins right now. If you want to make it into a zucchini bread, you could totally do that. I like muffins just because I can take one or two with me for a little treat for lunch, or just one or two after dinner. All right, so we're gonna put it in the oven. I have the oven going at 375 degrees. You're gonna go in for about 12 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. I like to put a knife just through the top to make sure that the center is done, and that's it. So we'll see you in 15 minutes when these are done. They already smell delicious. All right, we have our finished product. Take a look. They smell delicious. We have our chocolate chip zucchini muffins. They are absolutely delicious, so we're gonna take one out. You can see they're nice and moist. They're gooey. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. They're delicious, so try them out. Especially if you have family members that love sweet treats and you want to try to keep everyone on the same healthy path. This is going to be a great option for you, so check them out.